everybody, and a very pleasant good afternoon to you, wherever you may be.
And welcome to episode 3 of Screwballs the Podcast, baseball comedy debauchery. I'm your host, Jake Gallo. This is my co-host / producer, Mr. Brian. Say hi, Brian.
Hi, Brian.
Oh, there you go. That's a good one.
That's a good one.
Welcome. I'm here. I got rid of the mustache, if you didn't notice.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the mustache is one of those things where I get lazy and I kind of let it grow, and then I start going like, yeah, this thing looks pretty cool. I like it. And I'll wear it for a couple months, and then it just wears me down because then I just start feeling like an authoritative figure. Like growing up, like scary figures in my life always had mustaches.
Always policemen.
Yes. Policemen, principals, priests. Like, yeah. It was the 80s. I didn't go to church. I'm bullshitting. But no, really, my friends' dickhead stepdads, right? They always had mustaches. It was kind of frightening. So that's what it reminds me of. I get the mustache. Oh, this is going to be funny and goofy and kind of cool looking sometimes. And
I like the shadow beard. It's
yeah,
nice.
yeah, I'm into it.
It's
I haven't shaved. I got lazy again. But you get it. I was tired of looking like the principal, the CHP officer, dickhead stepdad. I just wasn't. It's like, it's fun until you get angry and then people see you all pouty and shit and they're like, that guy looks like a dick. Right? Like I was like, I don't want to be that guy. But yeah, so fuck it, it's gone. A friend of mine said he kind of liked it first. Oh, you look like a minor league manager or something. I was like, yeah, I don't know. I think a baseball manager, I need like definitely more flow and some fucking shit growing over the ears and some fucking veins coming out of my neck. I got skin. I'm getting that lizard skin. You guys getting old like me? Do you have that yet, Brian? Or is it covered by the beard?
No, it's covered. It's just like really white because it's like a different color.
You know what's crazy is I started exercising. Yeah, like barely. I swear to God, not any time recently. I started eating a lot of healthy proteins and fats and shit and watching everything else and going hiking every day and start lifting weights. And I shit you not, like this chicken Dick Cheney fucking, except I'm the reverse. I'm like skinny with loose skin lizard bullshit. It's sickening, dude. I never thought I'd be that guy, but I care. That's fucking gross. I look at it and I'm like, talking, and I can see it triggering like a waddle. That's it. I have a waddle, and it needs to. But when I start tightening up and like being active, like it's weird. Your muscles grow, your skin tightens up, and that thing started to dissipate. And then I got back to being depressed, lazy, sore. It was raining for 3 months. I gave up on everything, and it's back. So I had the beard because I was lazy, and I made it work, and I got rid of it, and I had the mustache.
I was wondering.
And now I get clean shaven. I don't give a fuck. Do I have a healthy glow?
Yeah,
I've been in the sun. I have been in the sun. I've been doing a lot of gardening lately, driving with the sun blind up, like on the way to work with blasting in my face. I drive right into the sun in the morning. It's fucking as if work doesn't suck enough already. I'm like in traffic. I'm going to be late. I'm stressed out, and I don't have any music on, just the scratching of the Bluetooth because I haven't had the time to dial in what the fuck I want to listen to because I'm too rushed to get down to the bottom of Victoria to the 101, knowing like, oh, cool, dude, you got to be there in 12 minutes. And the GPS with traffic says it's going to be fucking 22 minutes. Time to dig into the gold mine for another excuse. It's like, how many can I use? I've used them up. I've had multiple problems with insulin, car trouble. I had to drop the kid off. Corey's car wasn't working. I'll pin it on all kinds of other people in my family. Fucking our water heater blew out. Like, I've used them all, dude. I'm running out of shit. I'm to the point now where I'm like, if I'm late like that, I'm like, they're expecting it. Oh, I'm going to get up early and have coffee and listen to my favorite fucking music that I'm in the mood for and just enjoy the ride, whether it's traffic or not. It's going to be smooth. Never happens. Fucking never. How about you guys? Did it happen to you? Happen to you? You got to drive anywhere in the morning? It's hell, dude. You know what's weird about driving to work in the morning? Traffic in general. Going to the Dodger game, the zoo a couple of weeks ago. Anytime I have to do traffic, like I think of myself as like a good person. I have empathy for others in different situations.
Here comes the butt.
No, I do. Yeah, that's coming up somewhere. But like, I feel like I do love people very much so, maybe individually, but collectively as a whole.
Yeah, it's
I'm over it.
Nightmare.
You want to test how much you really care about humanity? Get in some traffic. See how you do.
In L.A.
Fucking do it right here in Oxnard at 8 a.m, dude. Got like veins spewing out of my forehead. I'm seeing those stars from screaming through my windshield. Throat's getting all raw from yelling. Getting short of breath and shit. I'm like, dude, this is like, it's unhealthy as fuck. I get a bigger workout screaming at people in the fucking car in the morning on the freeway than I do after working out, anything. It's all negative energy too, dude. It sucks. Then I come into work and I have to like take deep breaths before I walk in and shit. Fucking forgot that I was late. Fuck, dude. Anyway, how's your mornings, guys? Do you work from home? Are you a trust fund kid? Do you have a job, but you don't really need it? I love those people.
I'm working on getting one.
You're working on getting one?
Yeah.
Brian's hanging.
I'm hanging.
Hey, man, if you can do what you're doing without too much stress and know that you can get back in the force, that's fine.
Well, since the pandemic, everyone started working from home. And I got so relaxed by working from home. And then I lost my job. I'm like, oh, this is just like working at home.
Yeah.
It's just like I can't get motivated.
I'm not getting the same money, but I'm still putting in work. Subscribe, assholes. We need help.
Yeah.
It's not why we're doing this, but it'd be nice. So, yeah, what's happening? Hey. Remember I was all panicked? Dodgers look like shit. It was like we were 2 weeks into the season. Okay, it's been a whole month, but look who's won 6 games straight. 19 and 13, top of the NL West.
Just swept the Phillies.
And everybody is looking like it's really coming together. I like the rookies, Outman and fucking Vargas are doing great. You got like Kershaw's a fucking beast. I love that he's their third option this year. Yet Urias and May are both like doing good, but like not really, like not as much as they could be. They'll get it together too. We're a month in, but Kershaw just came out of the gate swinging 5-1, 1.89 ERA. Fucking, he looks determined this year. That's exciting me. What else, dude? Nothing. I'm not going to go around the league. You guys watch ESPN. Do that. Read your fucking phones and then come on and let's talk shit. Juan Soto, I've kind of been watching him since I talked shit about him being overrated.
Yep.
He's still not there. 220 average, and it's starting to get progressively deeper into the season. He's good. Like I said, I just don't buy the hype. Mike Trout's a fucking monster. Ohtani's going nuts. Still so young, but I feel good about my team going forward,
What do you think about the
what do I think, Brian?
Wander Franco's.
Fucking think about everything.
Wander Franco's.
I don't know anything about Wander Franco except his dumb fucking first name. Wander around like an asshole and just mash. What's his deal? No, he's blowing up, right?
Yeah, because of this right here.
Is this it? Wasn't he hitting good, or is it just a defensive gem?
It's just a defensive douchebaggery right here.
What do you do? Let's see it.
Let's just check this
Roll
out.
tape.
Roll tape. Watch this.
Hit the Wander.
Look at that.
What a fucking cock. I wish the guy beat it out. That would have been great, right? That was like when Barry
Watch the
Bonds.
slow motion on this, though.
How about the spin?
Shit. I got it like nothing.
I thought I was seeing things.
Damn, dude.
That's fucked as far as I'm concerned.
I mean, hey, man, you want to do your thing. But I'm just telling you, if you fuck that up, that's like all those assholes. I remember Barry Bonds was guilty a few times. He'd just launch one and think it was gone, and he'd just start walking and then go, oh, fuck, and start sprinting, and because they hit the fence and the dude would catch it on the warning track. Giancarlo Stanton's pretty good at doing that shit. I've seen him do that a couple times where he launched it, dropped the bat, started strutting his shit, and then the fucking dude just camps under it and fucking right on the warning track. Good night. Or the ball hits the fence and he's like, oh shit, starts sprinting and hurts himself. Dude, I've been thinking about a lot. You guys, this is a common topic. It comes up a lot, right? You'll hear this all the time. People have discussions on social media. You've talked to your friends about it, I'm sure. I've always thought, like, what do you think about, what if you took like today's best players and put them in like 1920s, 30s, like when Babe Ruth was just ruling everything? I'll tell you how this subject came up, you guys. Hear me out on this. Okay, I saw MLB, some fucking social media thing, and they had the top baseball players of all time, right? And number one was Babe Ruth. And I'm sorry, dude. Fuck you. There's no way that Babe Ruth in today's game was doing the shit he's doing back then. Look at him, dude.
Yeah.
Like, I've thought about that. Like, you're going to put a guy like Babe Ruth and put him in today's game. Okay, let me point out something. There's pros and cons to both sides of this argument, but Babe Ruth played in a time when how many fucking teams were there total? 10, 12 teams? Everybody's white. They weren't, they weren't,
Whitey Willoughby.
yeah,
Come up to the
exactly.
plate.
But no, like there's no Dominican players. There's no black players. The Negro leagues were popping too. They had great players. They didn't intermingle them at that time. So you're getting like all the kids you grew up playing fucking street ball with and all that shit. Like that's who you're playing against. Like, you know what I mean? And like the pitchers, everybody back then too, they didn't do it full time. Like they were fucking doing, 6 months out of the year, I'm a great ball player. And the other 6 months of the year, I'm the butcher at Vaughn's. They swear to God, they run a car dealership. They sell cars. They were butchers in the off season. And then they play ball 6 months out of the year. Like how good can you be? Like, I mean, they had the talent. I'm not taking that away, but it's like, dude, I'll give you a prime example. Take Babe Ruth back then and put him into like today's game. Mm-hmm. Who is he, dude? Is he even, you remember Matt Stairs? Is he Matt Stairs, the old mulleted hitman for the Cardinals and someone else? Who is he? Like who is comparable to Babe Ruth today? Like if Babe Ruth played today, like, okay, I'll tell you a good prime example. Someone might say Kyle Schwarber on Philly. He mashes bullshit. Kyle Schwarber is way better and way more of an athlete than Babe Ruth ever was. You got to be kidding me. Kyle Schwarber back in Babe Ruth's era would have been Babe Ruth plus some. I'm not saying Kyle Schwarber grows up in the turn of the century and is in the same era. I'm saying take Kyle Schwarber today at this age and drop him into the 1920s, 30s season. That dude's fucking going ape shit. You don't even know who this guy is if Kyle Schwarber's playing. You imagine Mike Trout playing against the pitching from 1920 and 30 compared to the shit he's used to seeing today. That's from all over the globe. The attention to detail. The game's like any sport. It's grown. There's so much knowledge they've learned now.
Oh, yeah.
You can't really take it away from these guys, and they were great. But to compare Babe Ruth with today's guys, like, oh, they got Babe Ruth number 1 and Barry Bonds number 10. Like, get the fuck out of here, dude.
Did they even know about spin rate back then?
No, spin rate, breaking shit. Like, it wasn't. The only thing I will give that era is they didn't wear helmets and dudes could throw in the hundreds, dude.
Yeah, you could die.
You could fucking die, really. You could die today, but imagine no helmet.
That's true.
You're just trusting some dude that's drunk half the day coming out of the depression to come up. He's been drinking whiskey all day trying to pick up work down at the longshore fucking docks. He's depressed, breaks his hand. He's fucking, you know what I mean? He's out there. Yeah, you're throwing the game tonight. Fucking guys making like $1 for the pitching start. Like, I'm not trusting those guys. Yeah, jump in there, dude. This guy throws like 98 and he's been drinking whiskey all day, sleeping in the fucking couch in the back alley there because he lost his job during the day. But we got him here at the minor league park. He's going to throw tonight.
And weren't they shorter back then?
Yeah,
Babe Ruth was 6'2".
Was he?
And 215 pounds. That's like almost.
That's
almost
big.
Me.
Clayton Kershaw's 6'3", 225 pounds. How big's fucking Aaron Judge, dude?
Oh, dude, that guy's a beast.
He's 6'7", like close to like 270 or something like that.
He is 6'7", 282.
Jesus Christ.
That's a beast.
Can you imagine him? Imagine Aaron Judge playing ball with his talent and the back speed he's got. He's a big dude. Big dudes are usually idiots. That's why the NBA is so impressive. It is, dude. Have you ever seen a guy that's 7 feet tall in the general population? He can barely walk. He's an idiot. He can't walk. He's like clumsy. He
All
looks
the blood
like,
needs to go somewhere.
yeah, it looks like you could like go like, do the 2 for flinching to those guys. Like 7 foot tall white dude with glasses, knock knees, fucking looks like his skin just gets torched in the sun. You just go, ugh, and they like, oh, that's why you look at the NBA and you're like, even the white dudes in the NBA, you're like, this guy looks like a dork, but like Sean Bradley, this dude balls out. Like, it's impressive, dude, for being that big and being able to move your body and like keep weight on when you're that size. You know how hard that is? Like, honestly, to be like 7 foot tall and pack muscle on, that's a lot of muscle to pack on.
Yeah.
Like, it's more than you think about. Anyway, fuck the NBA. Back to baseball. Yeah. I mean, put Aaron Judge or Mike Trout, any of those guys as they are today back then. Here's the counterpart to that argument. What if you took Joe DiMaggio, Mickey Mantle, Babe Ruth, Lou Gehrig, and you took all those guys and gave them what the major leaguers have today. Full seasons where that's all they do for a living. They, I'm sure the big stars like that maybe only did that, but the average Joe was like a butcher in the off season. But
are they jacked at this point? Or?
No, but that's what I'm saying is you take their talent with who they are and give them everything that the guys today have. That's a whole nother discussion. You know what I mean? Like if Mickey Mantle came up in if he was born in 1980 and he played in like 2000 and going forward, or even he's playing today, is he Mike Trout? Like, you know what I mean? Is that who he is? Is he that talented? It's tough to tell, but that's why I'm saying comparing different eras is fucking dumb. You can't compare Babe Ruth. He didn't have the same shit that Barry Bonds has. And at the same time, you put Barry Bonds back in that era as Barry Bonds was in 2000, he's going to fucking hit 200 home runs. It's like him playing high school ball. But also, I don't know. What if you if you took Babe Ruth from what he was in the 20s and put him in today's game? Is he like a fucking middle reliever and like fucking a pinch hitter that has a little pop? Or like, you know, he's kind of the big fat. He's like, what's the Mets big fat guy, Daniel Vogel song? Is that Babe Ruth, dude? Or Vogelbach, Daniel Vogelbach? Is that his name?
Yeah.
You seen this guy run? Check
this
dude out.
Guy is...
Yeah. What's it, how big is he? Let's
5
see
feet, 11, 285. He's
Cool.
a big boy.
So he's like an inch and a half or so, give or take, fucking an inch to 2 inches taller than me.
Yeah.
And he how heavy is he?
285.
Oh my God. He's like 135 pounds heavier than me, and he's about this much taller, dude.
Wow.
Show him running, dude. That's comedy. You guys seen Vogelbach run? Let's do it. Let's do the Vogelbach sprint. Ready? All right, check out Porky Pig. Look at this fuck. The ground shaking right there, dude. I love it. Look how fast this fucker is.
The helmet can't even contain him.
Dude, that guy would smoke me, dude. No doubt.
He's
and I used
fast.
to be fast. That fucker, was that second to home in 8 seconds?
Yeah, it's pretty good.
That's not bad for a man that's, what is he?
285.
285, and like, that guy's a fucking fire plug. He's like 5'11", 285, dude. But back to what I was saying, dude, about like putting players, like comparing them, because you can't do that, like I just said. Fuck all the, what if this, and what if those players had these players' stuff today, and blah, 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 blah. Just straight up, since they're not doing that when they're comparing them, Babe Ruth ain't shit. And I'm sick of hearing about it. I'm sick of him being number one all time. Fuck that. Willie Mays blew that dude out of the water. Oh, he didn't hit as many home runs. Oh, really? How many stolen bases did fucking Babe Ruth had? Oh, that's not an important part of the game. Get the fuck out of here, dude. What do you mean? Like, Willie Mays blew that dude out of the water, and they always say Babe Ruth. Why was he number one? I'm thinking 5 tools for like the best player of all time. That's why that's why Trout is always considered, because he's a great defender, above average arm.
Yeah.
He's fast, and he can mash. He hits for average power. Like, he's got it all. Babe Ruth, what? Hit for average power. What kind of a pitcher was he? Was he any good? I doubt it. What's his rate? Someone's going to look this up and go, actually, you know what? You're fully wrong. Good. That's good. That's what we want. I'm just saying Babe Ruth wasn't shit. I'm just saying he wasn't shit. I just don't. Number one of all time?
Yeah.
You guys know what I mean? That's fucking nuts to me. Bryce Harper's way better than this dude.
This is Babe Ruth
pitching. And again, how many pitchers was he facing? And these guys had part-time jobs as butchers and shit. They weren't going to like camps in the Dominican for fall ball and shit like that during the winter ball. They didn't put the effort into it. So like, how hard would it have been? I feel like I could have hit fucking 25 home runs playing every day back then. Me now. Like, right. I swear to God. Oh, you're full. I'm not shitting you. We'll never know. But the thing is, yeah, Babe Ruth, but Willie Mays blows my mind. Willie Mays always like second or somewhere fifth, sixth. They have dudes like Ty Cobb. What? That's a joke to me, dude. Dude was a Klansman, and he just like played baseball on the side, drank and beat the shit out of people, and like cussed and was heavily racist, and just, he was a mean SOB. And it's like he had the most hits ever or whatever. It's like, yeah, dude. What do you play against 9 different teams? You probably faced the same 12 pitchers for like 15 years, dude. I'm serious. Do you know what I mean? It wasn't even that organized yet, dude. Like, I don't want to hear Ty Cobb and Babe Ruth in the same category as like Willie Mays or even Mickey Mantle. Mickey was dope. He was a little later in the 50s, but like, I think Mickey could have been like, he had some pretty raw talent. In the 50s was a little better in the 20s and 30s when it,
Well, they're saying Babe Ruth threw 100 miles an hour? Really?
That's what that said?
Did they have a radar gun?
That's what I'm saying. Did they have a radar gun? What was it, like a hand one? It was like manual. They like spun it like one of those old cameras. It's 101, you see? Like, fucking get out of here, dude.
No, they said Ruth was an
So I says,
extremely
this gun
skilled
says
pitcher.
103.
Throwing
And
the
then he
ball
says to me,
at a speed of over 100 miles an hour. He was even faster when he batted, swinging the bat so fast that it looked like a blur on TV because the frame rate was like 12 frames per
what is
second.
this from?
This is some website. I don't know, metroleague.org.
No, but where did they get the source? Some asshole that used to cover him in the 20s?
Yeah.
Probably had a hard-on for him. Babe Ruth did my interview. I'll say everything about him. He was Superman. Get the fuck out of here, dude.
Where is
I don't
the
buy it.
source on this?
I don't care if he could. No, he didn't throw over 100 miles an hour. I
That's
guarantee you.
bullshit.
To those guys, they thought God was real, dude. Like the sun and right. She seriously, like they didn't. Like that was it to them, man. They didn't believe anything else. Their thought process ended at a certain point.
Thought God was real.
Like, yeah, they thought that Moses really did split the Red Seas and shit. Like they thought like when there was a storm that God was punishing someone. Like, oh yeah, have you seen that? Great Scott, he throws the ball 100 miles an hour. No, dude, because they said Superman was the Man of Steel and he was everything back then. He's supposedly like faster than a speeding bullet. Like bullshit. I could see him, dude, in the car, in the movie, remember the black and whites?
Yeah.
You could see him, dude. I'm telling you, 100 miles an hour to those guys. Like I feel like they're watching 90 miles an hour and going, guys throwing 100. Did they have radar guns then? I need to know this.
Yeah, I don't know how that was.
How did you fucking pick up speed? What years did Ruth play?
So yeah, Babe Ruth played 22 seasons from 1914 through 1935.
1914 to 1935, dude.
22
When did the
seasons.
television set become big in the 50s? No, really.
Yeah.
They had they had silent film then, dude. No, they had Laurel and Hardy. They had noise, but radar guns, really?
Yeah, no.
For the ballpark, I get they could measure speed and they had military and shit like that, but like radar guns that could accurately pick up, I don't buy it. Babe Ruth threw 100 miles an hour. Bullshit. I'm calling bullshit. What do you guys think? 100 miles an hour from that dude consistently?
So they started using radar guns in 1973. So how do you measure that?
Exactly. Thank you. Fucking idiots. 19. Oh, yeah. Babe Ruth threw. Exactly. It was some blind dude with Coke bottle glasses that probably went to Sigmund Freud for advice, doing Coke all the time and going, oh, that guy throws 100 miles an hour. You got to come see this and shit. It was like the bearded lady. It was like, she's got a hormone deficiency. It's not a fucking, she's not part lion. You put her in a cage and sell tickets and shit. That was what baseball was then.
Yeah.
It was Barnum and Bailey's, dude. This guy, well, come watch this guy throw 100 miles an hour.
He's a freak.
Yeah, nobody fucking knew what 100 miles an hour was. They didn't. How the fuck would anybody accurately know what 100 miles an hour was back then? Oh, yeah, but Babe Ruth threw it. He pitched in 1917, dude, to the 30s. He retired in 35.
All they could basically quantify was how many horses do you have. That's the power that you have driving.
Faster than a thoroughbred filly. Like, what the fuck, dude? What was your measurement back then,
that's
dude?
what a filly. That's what they named the Phillies. They're like, oh, this is the fucking shit.
That reminded me of when Burr's going off on Philly. Have you heard the rant?
Yeah,
and he's
yeah.
all, your fucking baseball team's named after a female horse.
Yeah.
Fucking look like a fucking candy striper. What's he saying? Fucking city has only one bridge. That's
a great joke.
But anyway, back to our topic. Yeah, I think those guys are bullshit. Not all of them. I'm not. Fuck off. I've explained myself. You know what I'm saying. There's no fucking way Babe Ruth should be number one baseball player of all time. Right. I'll tell you right now that fucking Mike Trout is better than Babe Ruth. Bryce Harper is better. Willie Mays was better than Babe Ruth. Barry Bonds is better than Babe Ruth. Give me a fucking break. Get off the 700 home runs. Oh, I'm sorry. By the way, didn't Barry Bonds shatter that shit? Oh, he was on PEDs. Hey, guess what? He didn't play in the 1920s. He would have had fucking like 900 home runs. The thing with Barry was he was taking that so he could keep playing into his 40s. It didn't make him any quicker. Yes, it did. No, I get that he would have been slowing down a little because he was so tired at that age. He wasn't able to refresh. Again, though, look at his early years. Mm-hmm. He won MVPs in fucking Pittsburgh when he weighed fucking 110 pounds with a jerry curl, dude. And then he went to the Giants and won 3. And then he fizzled out. And then he just kaboom. He ended up going nuts. I don't give a shit. All the pitchers were juiced then too. Yeah. And so were all the other hitters. It's like it was par for the course. You know what I mean? It was like back in the 80s, 90s, and even today when everyone was doing blow. Like, you know.
But I mean, look at this right here. Okay, so Ruth was a great player in his own right. But he's considered
is that would he go
one
around
of the greatest hitters of all time?
All the reports and articles written about him were written by him.
Yeah, he paid everybody.
No one checked that shit out.
Ruth led the league in home runs 8 times and RBIs 6 times. He also won 7 World Series titles, which is
everything you just said right there. I can name one dude that like maybe not 8 times leading the league in home runs, but definitely RBIs and just way better player is like fucking Manny Ramirez. Like I would say that Manny Ramirez and David Ortiz both were light years better than fucking Babe Ruth. Mm-hmm. Do you guys agree with me? Am I fucking nuts here? You're going to go back and go, oh, Babe Ruth's old school Yankees. You got to respect. Fuck that.
Comment below. I don't know.
Comment below. Talk some shit. Let's hear what you have to say. I think Willie Mays was fucking the best player of all time.
338 stolen bases.
Willie Mays Hayes. But anyway, I don't know. I think you put those guys, you put Mike Trout in there. Like, can you imagine the pitchers too? Can you imagine like Clayton Kershaw pitching? Look what he's done in this modern era. Put him in the 20s, dude. That kind of, I don't want to be a dick, but 60s baseball was good. I think it was pretty to it. It's all good. Don't get me wrong. You know what I'm saying, though. It was pretty, they were coming along at that time. Mm-hmm. But I don't know. Do you think Sandy Koufax would have been as good in today's game?
Probably.
Again, they said the same shit about Koufax and Drysdale in the 60s that they would throw. Actually, I've never heard anything of how hard they threw. They just said they threw really fucking hard. They weren't like some asshole 91. Saying, oh, Babe Ruth threw 100 miles an hour all the time. Bullshit. Like, you know, I just heard like Drysdale could throw fucking smoke. And then you hear like even Bob Gibson. You know, they may have shit on him. Oh, he threw this fast. Again, if they got you got to know. But they said Bob Gibson would regularly throw smoke. People were scared shitless of him. Yeah. I've never heard any guy say, "Oh, facing Babe Ruth." There's no stories about how difficult it was to face Babe Ruth as a pitcher. All you heard about was the home runs, and he was a pitcher. But it was like, how good was he? Oh, he was. What was his career record? And again. We're talking Parks and Rec ball. He was like 10 to 12 teams. What was his record? Does it say Babe Ruth's record? Do we have it? Come on, Jamie, pull that up for me.
I was actually looking up Nolan Ryan.
Nolan Ryan's a fucking savage.
He was the first pitcher to throw 100 miles an hour when the radar gun was invented in 1974.
Yeah. Oh, don't sweat Nolan Ryan. That dude was a fucking madman, dude. Another one they said threw that fast and more and he faster. And again, was Satchel Paige. Like, dude, that dude played in like the 1700s, dude. Like, fucking, definitely didn't have no radar guns on that dude.
What did you want me to look up?
I don't even remember. Who gives a shit? I think it was, I was looking at Babe Ruth's career record.
Okay.
I don't even want to know it because it's going to piss me off. It's going to be like 180-4 or something like that. No, really, what was it?
So career games played is 2,500 about 8,400 at bats. He stole 123
bases. Did you say
bases.
8,400 at bats?
Yeah, 8,400 at bats. 22 seasons.
What's there? There's roughly 500 at bats to a healthy season every year, maybe more now. Say 500.
Yeah.
So that's 1,000 at bats every 2 seasons. He played how long?
22 seasons.
Okay.
Makes sense. If he was batting up in the
How many years did Barry Bonds play? Fucking, I'll show you right here, dude. I want to see how many career at bats Barry Bonds had.
Okay. 9,847.
Holy shit. And how many years did Barry play? Oh, dude, they did 8. That's another thing. They only played like 140 games back then.
He played 21. 86 to 2007.
Oh, well, okay. That's fair then. I didn't know Barry played that long. Jesus Christ, that's 21 seasons?
Time. Yeah.
I thought Barry was like 15, 16 years, and then I thought about, because when did he retire?
2007.
Yeah, and he was up in 87, 86.
86 Pirates. Yeah.
No, that's right. Oh, I was getting mixed up on his career mark, Barry's, and how did he retire before McGuire and Sosa? But they were going to break the record. They were breaking the single season record in '98. That's what it was.
Yeah.
When they were like fucking eating steaks and popping roids and shit and just fucking hitting fucking 600-foot home runs every other game. That was fun to watch, dude.
Yeah, 70. No, it's 2001.
You'll edit a lot of this bullshit, right?
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
we're just smoozing down here.
2001 was the year that Barry hit 73 home runs.
No, okay. Yeah, dude.
That was the Roids era.
Yeah. I just think some of the pitchers today too. Can you imagine like Hunter Green on Cincinnati, or what's the kid, the reliever on fucking, or just dude, even Dustin May, or one of those guys that can consistently starter like Jacob deGrom if he didn't get beat up or break an arm or something. If he was pitching in the 20s, that dude consistently throws like 97 to 101 on his fastball, like for 8 innings. I was like, can you imagine those guys with no helmets trying to fucking stand in there against sliders, like, fucking diving out of the way and shit. Just fucking, woo. Just, back then, too, their breaking balls were all used with like Vaseline and fucking loogies and shit like that. And like snot. Anyway, moving along. Hey, I think it's time, Brian. You guys ready? I'm drooling at the fucking mouth for this one this week. It's time for In the Dirt. I wanted to talk about something that's been in the news. Do you know what pisses me off? And it's always pissed me off, Brian. Have you ever coached Little League?
I'm a supporting coach. Yeah.
Yeah. Even if you're involved, any of that, being a parent, it doesn't matter. You know what it is. You know what kills me? And I want to strangle these fuckers and pop their heads off like a grape.
Like a grape.
Is over aggressive fucking baseball coaches and parents in Little League and high school. Like they literally legit think their kid's like in the 7th game of the World Series and he's getting hosed by the umpire, or the coach is fucking him over. He's not letting my son get his average up to 400. You're like, what the fuck, dude? There's all kinds of crazy shit.
When does it start counting though? Like college, you think? I mean, because we're talking about high school right now with this news story.
Yeah, this story's from high school, but it's like, I remember Little League, dude. The coaches, there was 2 coaches that had to get separated, and my sons, like, they were playing a fucking game to go to like the championship in the league, our league. It's not even that big, and they were aggro. The kids were. It was the last like senior minors, or so they weren't. They were still at the Little League field, so they were like 6th grade tops. And this one coach was such a prick. He was like, he went to the board. I was one of the coaches. I was the newest coach to the league, but I knew the lady that ran it. She was I went to high school with her. Super cool. She was like she had all her kids in the league. They basically ran the show. And this one dude just thought he was like fucking Mark McGuire. He had like red curly hair, big old swole dude, probably took cycles of roids and ate nothing but steaks and chew, like fucking, like he drinks fucking, like probably drinks Busch Light or something. And he's just, another classic baseball coach looking dude with like the big thick thighs and the bike shorts and like beat red face. Like,
did he have a mustache?
He's gonna have cancer later. Absolutely. He had a Mark McGuire goatee. Fucking dude. And that's what he thought he was. And he was swole, big old dude. And he's like, oh, okay, listen, dude. Like, that's how he was talking to me. And I was like, motherfucker, I think I'm older than you. Like, shut up. And he was like, but no, dude, he was like, oh, that's what he was. He was head of like the coaches. Like, he made sure everything was legit. This dude came to check out practice, right? He had all these kids a year before. Some of them are on my team now. He was hardcore, like a football coach with them. And I was lax. I was laid back, but like I was, I wanted to check everyone. Anyway, one practice, and he comes to me and he's like, he starts asking me to send him emails of an outline of what I'm going to do at my practices.
What?
I fucking shit you not, dude. I remember this dude. Should I drop his name? He's such a prick.
No, don't do that. We don't want to dox anyone.
This guy. I don't think his kids are grown. He's not coaching anymore. He was the head coach at some high school, and I don't remember where.
You don't have
and
to
this
name
was
that
years
either.
ago, dude. When my son was playing. But dude, and he would lie he came to our head coach and goes, hey, He just didn't like me, and I have no idea why. I was an outsider. I run this fucking show. He was that guy. And I was watching this kid warm up in the bullpen, and I was counting. He gave him like 14 pitches max. They're young, and he's going to pitch a couple innings. So he's down there, and I'm sitting there watching him as he's warming up and watching, if he's doing good. And I'm counting, and I'm like 13, and then boom, 14. I'm like, all right, that's 14. Like I told him, he knew. He stopped, and we went in. That coach comes down to our head coach. I was assistant, and tells him that he watched me and that he counted that I let him throw 30 pitches in the bullpen.
What?
Yeah, dude, I want to kill this guy. I was like, this guy's such a prick, dude. I was like so mad. Just for those of you, don't get crazy. If this guy ends up, I don't know this fucking guy. But at the time I just couldn't believe that a grown adult was I was like, what is your gig, dude? Like, is that not nuts? This is little league, like fifth and sixth graders. And he was aggro, dude. And then they had like a meeting, and I had to go to this house up in the fucking hills at Ventura to meet all these fucking people. And it looked like the rest of them looked super uncomfortable. Mm-hmm. Like they didn't care. And this dude was like, we got to get rid of this guy. And they told me to like hand the team off to this other dude, and I would be assistant coach.
What?
For no reason.
Wow.
Nothing at all.
There's such politics at that point.
Is that not insane, dude?
That's crazy.
Little League. So I was fucking like, after that, I was like, dude, are you kidding me? I've been coaching forever. I know the game. Like, what are you doing? And it was kind of sad because I was like, yeah, fuck this. I'm done. And even though the lady was in charge, my friend, I think they all felt that something was weird. And guess what? Lo and behold, guess what happened to him next year? They 86'd him. They're like, this guy's too much. Too many people complained. And I was like, yeah, did you ever get any complaints about me other than that dickhead?
Wow.
Yeah, dude. Fuck that. So anyway, his kids suck too, dude. They ain't shit. That's what I loved about it. They didn't suck, but they never went anywhere. He thought he was that fucking parent that was like, put his kids in year-round ball even though they didn't want to, and like
they played travel ball, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Which is like, to me today, like some of those parents are aggro, dude. Like, if my kid doesn't want to do that and I'm making him do it, which is a lot of them, and then the kid has fun because it's baseball and he's relating with the other kids who are on the team that are doing it, which, may I remind you, like half of none are his real friends. Like they're from other cities and they don't hang out on the regular. So all his regular friends, he grew up with neighborhood kids at school. He doesn't see on the weekends. He's not spending the night because he's gone. He's out in fucking Bakersfield for a weekend tournament. They're in Arizona. This gets all the kids doing. That's why all these kids at 21, like we talked about in our previous podcast, that's why they're all getting Tommy John surgery. They're not playing football, basketball, track, fucking surfing, skate, none of that shit. All they're doing is like baseball, fall ball, and then their arms are just getting blown the fuck out. And by the time they're 20, 21 to college, they need Tommy John surgery. And then they like Walker Buehler. He had that in college. He just had a second Tommy John surgery and he's like 25.
Jesus Christ.
You know what I mean? That's what they're doing. And then the kids grow up and 80% of them, 95% don't make it. And it's like, hey, your youth's over. What'd you do? I was on a travel team with these kids from like Valencia and Camarillo and fucking Santa Barbara. You ever see them anymore? No, not really. Hang out with my friends that live down the street, but we're not that close. We didn't do shit. We have no memories. We didn't hang out.
Oh my God.
You know what I mean, dude? They're like telling you it robs their childhood. And it's like, dude, grow up.
Yeah.
You know how hard it is to do that? I want to give him the opportunity to be in the league. He wants to do that. Yeah, because you coerced him. Dude, you're not focusing or working hard enough, so you're grounded for the weekend. Why? Because he struck out and he didn't do his workout this week. Like, and then it's the best is when the parents and the coaches get fucking pissed at like the umpire and other coaches. You're not playing my son. Dude, there's a whole ball of wax unwrap here. But like I've seen like coaches get into it, parents fucking like, and we're talking like kids that are like 8 to fucking like 13 years old.
Yeah.
And then it gets into high school and you think, here's the thing. You think favoritism is only going on in Little League and shit like that and, All-Stars and that, which it is. But you think, oh, yeah, high school is going to be different. No, it's not.
No.
High school is the worst experience.
High school's more complicated because then you have the parents who are helping the school, like donating to the school.
Exactly.
Their kid will get played more.
Oh, dude.
Because of that.
That is a prime example.
Happened at my high school. Don't go back and look up what high school I went to.
Yeah, no, dude, absolutely. And here's the thing. I sound like that parent, but okay, I coached all the way up and I coached through, and my son played, it's 8th grade, 3 more months he's going into high school. He's in All-Stars for his 8th grade year. There were 3 teams in that division because there were so many kids. There was black, white, and gold. 3 teams, like 15 kids each.
It's pretty racist.
Yeah, right. Anyway, all I'm saying is in that year, every year, he was first or second in all that whole division, all 3 of the league's teams in RBIs out of all 45 kids. Like 15 games, he had 16, 17 RBIs. He was second in batting at like 378 behind one other kid that was also on our team out of all the teams. He goes, All-Stars, everything's fine. He's ready to try out for Ventura High School. And he goes and they don't even have a head coach to lead the program. They're in such dismantled disarray. The other coach bailed. Then I found out that one of the coaches that left, and I think he went to Rio Mesa, had said that he threw in the towel. You want to know why? Parents.
Oh, shit.
Fucking parents. He said so many parents gave him shit, nasty emails. My kid, why isn't my kid playing? He's all because they were all spoiled in Little League, didn't deserve to play, weren't that good. And a lot of those kids, those were the ones he's all like, I'm just like, sorry, the kid can't even throw across the diamond. Like, what do you, the other kid from up here is rifling it. That's just the way it goes. And
that's crazy.
Like, he basically said he got so many emails and shit from parents about not playing their kids and all this. And he had to go to faculty and all this shit. He just quit. He's all, fuck it, I'm out of here. This is bullshit.
Well, so shouldn't like the parents take some responsibility like off the field to be able to help their kid and develop them like
yeah, they
on
don't.
their own?
They don't.
I know
parents that have done that, got them like hitting lessons, pitching lessons, and it still didn't really matter. Like a lot of them didn't have it or whatever. It's fine. It's little, but that's what I'm saying is like, so that's what happened. Oh, and then he goes to tryouts and there's no real coach. They finally get a coach at the last week, like last minute before tryouts. Now, when I tried out in high school, it was 3 days after school, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, 2 hours a day from like 3 to 5. And you went over everything with all the different coaches. You did hitting, drills, fielding, throwing, catching, all that shit. And it was a full thing. And then by Monday, they put your name up on the board at the gym window and you went and checked if you made it or not.
Yeah.
It's that simple. You know what they did at this shit? They did 1 day for 2 hours, all the kids on the varsity field with like some old fucking coach that was retired that came back, and then the new coach's friend or something that wasn't even there. Like, oh, the new coach was there. My bad. He showed up 2 hours. That was it. I went and watched the tryouts. And my son did fine, dude. He didn't. Nobody killed it. But
That's for high school?
Yes, for high school, freshman year. You could watch him and be like, oh yeah, this kid can play totally. He's big. He's fucking.
That's what they did for my Little League.
2 hours. Yes. And then the next day for 1 hour, and that was it. Okay, and then here's how they picked him. This was fucked up too. They're so stupid and unorganized. Tell me that this isn't bullshit. When I went there, they said Monday morning, go to the boys' gym. It'll be posted up there with all the names who made it, and that's it. That cool. We all knew Monday morning. We all ran down there looking for our names. Yeah, okay, cool. They tell them go home, and Sunday you'll get a phone call or was it an email? One of the two. And if you didn't get it, that means you didn't make it. So my son's sitting around all day Sunday, nervous, pacing, waiting for a call. Between when? Hearing from other friends of his that got a call already. I made it, dude. So he waited, never got the call. So it was like crushing that way instead of just calling either way and saying sorry or, hey, congratulations, or putting a fucking list up on the thing. Dude, how fucking unorganized and piece of shit is that? And I was like, yeah, dude, I don't care. Fuck you, Ventura High. Fucking you know how long my son wanted to play there? And he was mashing, dude. Ask any of the parents that were on this all-star team and literally went with or looking at me going, did he quit? Is he not playing? What's going on? I'm all, he didn't make it. And they're all, how?
Wow.
And I said, you got me. I saw the parents at tryouts. I was like, I didn't go nuts and say, what isn't my son? I just was like shocked. And then I sent a real polite email. I said, hey, I think you maybe overlooked a few kids. There are another couple kids that he played with. didn't make it, and they were mashing in tryouts.
What if they got his name wrong?
No, and then here's the thing. There were some kids that hardly ever even played in his league that year that we played against that were on our team that would come in like the fucking third, fourth inning and play the last 3 innings, or they would maybe a couple of them, 2 of them to be exact, not naming names. Nothing against those kids, but they just were not good. They could barely hit the ball out of the infield. I'm not even exaggerating, dude. And both of them made the fucking team. And I'm going, holy shit, what the fuck is going on here? I know these kids, like, you know, they could fucking hit water if they fell out of a fucking boat. They can't fucking catch barely. And they could play standard, and that was it. Nothing spectacular, but it was like, how the fuck? And then I realized, I'm like, oh, look whose name is on that huge support, look, you know, the fucking sponsorship for the team in center field. Yeah. Huge banner for the kids' fucking parents' business. I'm not going to say that either because I don't want to hang them out to dry. But I shit you not, parents probably donated $1,000 to the or more to the thing, and then another kid that made it. I was talking to his parent. They're both, my son and him are still good friends. They were on the team All-Stars together. They grew up playing. I coached him. His mom's there, and she told me straight up, oh yeah, because he was in basketball at the time of tryouts. The basketball coach told her son, who's my son's best good friend, they told him, oh, you're already on the team. Don't worry about it. I already talked to the coach. You don't need to try out because you're in basketball. And then my barber's son has never played organized baseball, was on the football team and said he wanted to try baseball. Automatically made the team. So all these kids that only played baseball, like my son and shit, that have been waiting and can mash and play, got completely they didn't even bother to check them out, and fucking went, no, we already pretty much, they took like 2 or 3 of the tryout kids. Everyone else came from other sports, didn't have to try out, or their parents sponsored the program.
Wow. Yeah, that's how it goes.
Ventura, hi, you fucking suck. Yeah, I'm claiming it. I don't give a fuck if I'm an alumni or nothing. Fuck that. That was the worst experience for any kid ever. And my son fucking mashed. And I didn't go nuts and brag and tell people. I didn't go on Facebook and say all that shit. I didn't even call the coach. I sent one nice little email saying, hey man, I think, come on, you're tripping. Like I didn't even say that. And then I just let it go because I was like, fuck it. And then it broke his heart, but he was like, whatever. He started playing guitar, got a girlfriend. He's you know. And
it sucks because that's the only high school that, you know.
What's he going to do?
He's attending that high school.
The thing was, he was fucking turning 15, blossoming. He was mashing, dude, and just really fucking getting it going. I'm not, dude, again, I may sound nuts, dude. If you know my son and you guys watch him play, I have a couple friends. He was on his way, and they just cut him off. It was like basically said, like, I remember thinking like, and he said it. He's like, I'm not really ready to stop playing. I'm 15. Yeah. And I'm like, yeah, and you're really fucking good. And it was all politic, high school, mommy, daddy, fucking who paid the most, my son, bullshit. Then one of the kids that got take because he was left-handed and a pitcher, kid sucked. He got 86 because his GPA was 1.6 and he got caught smoking weed in the bathroom, and the kid would bounce every pitch in the dirt and threw like fucking 45 miles an hour. But he was a pitcher. His fucking dad was probably drinking beers with the coach at the bench warmer or something. Fucking prick. But I was just like, shit like that just killed me hearing that, dude. And then, yeah, man, it was bullshit, dude.
Well, we got this story out of Florida where some dad actually kind of reacted to
an umpire, right?
An umpire, yeah.
See, I'm not that psycho. I'm just telling you here what happened and how it got hosed, and it was all political shit. It had nothing to do with talent. Nobody was really there. They didn't even have an organized coach or program to assess shit, you know?
But again, like what we're saying about how the talent comes from like California, Texas, Florida.
Texas, California, and Florida is pretty much where all football and baseball players come from. This is Florida, right? Look at this story. This dude fucking sucker punched a high school umpire over his shit.
Let's check it out.
So here you see 41-year-old Jorge Aponte Gonzalez as he walks toward the field. proceeds to punch the 63-year-old disabled umpire.
63-year-old disabled umpire, 41-year-old.
This happened April 18th.
Look at this
he was arrested
asshole.
Wednesday. Gonzalez's son is one of the
parents like
players
that
joining
need
them
to
from
have,
Miami.
like,
CNN correspondent Carlos Suarez. I mean, this is just
that guy needs to be hung by his balls in public, dude.
Parents do this. I'm not quite sure.
I'm not even kidding. What a dipshit.
Yeah,
What is that?
What's he proving?
I mean, obviously the dude's mental, but it's like he's got a history of it too, they were saying. This guy, he's been in all kinds of shit with umpires and stuff like that. Look at him. And look at, he's such a puss too. He doesn't even come up to me. He walks up and sucker punches this guy.
And the two of them, they go back and forth. It's at some point after that, according to the sheriff, 41-year-old George Gonzalez, as you see in that piece of surveillance video, walks up to the umpire and hits him, knocks him out cold. Apparently, this is not the first time that Mr. Gonzalez has been disruptive at a baseball game. That, at least according to the sheriff,
kidding.
he's apparently had
bullshit.
issues at other games.
Hey, it's like Lenny
the
said.
Also talked
you
about
know,
the fact that Gonzalez
you don't lie once. If you lie, you're a fucking liar. You know, you don't steal once. If you steal, you're a fucking thief. You know, you don't just wake up after 30 years and start taking it in the ass. Shocker. That's the shit I'm talking about. Like those aggro parents. Like I'm like any parent. I'm just looking out for my son. And I see when he's getting hosed, but I didn't yell or cause a scene. I just sent a nice email, and now I'm on my podcast telling them what pieces of shit they are. But like I told my son, I was like, mine was different. I made the team in high school, and I got cut for unexcused absences because I was ditching and being a fucking idiot. It was my fault. And then I was going to try out the next year. They told me, the coach said, I'm sorry, you can't be like, you got to straighten up. So next year, come out and okay, fuck it, I will. I sucked it up, and then I fucked my arm up surfing. I was paddling on a longboard up at Halama that summer, dude. I'm not even kidding. I mean, the arm got tweaked from throwing baseballs, but it wasn't. I remember I was paddling and just snap. I felt like someone tased me in the elbow, like the cattle prodder. Like I was just, my whole body was like, oh shit. What happened was the cartilage popped out from between the elbow joints. So it was like stuck behind the bone, and my arm was stuck like this. I couldn't move it because the cartilage was stuck back here. It was like, oh my God. Pulled it out. It was an inch big. Fucking had to have like a robotic arm to crank it open so the scar tissue wouldn't bind up too bad. Dude. So I walked around like this big robotic arm for like a fucking 6 months, like a jackass. And then I don't think I ever did anything. And then I just gave it up. I threw the towel in, dude. I went out for VC though, and that's when I could have made it, but my arm was shot, and I was like, I can't even feel it, and I just kind of, fuck it, threw in the towel. But that's what I told my son. I was like, dude, you should go out there, and all those kids that made the team that are going to be there, watch them either not make it, or just when they're pitching to you, fuck, dude, my son's huge. I'm not even kidding. I was close to 200 pounds at his age, and I didn't work out at all, and I jacked like a bunch over the left center net, and just at VC tryouts. I'm all patting myself on the back. It's the only good baseball moment of my life, because as a kid, I would go on that field and we would play over the line, and we'd always try and hit over the fence from center field or from second base. So as an adult, went in there and I piped like 4 in a row, like to the left, and 3 of them got up over the net. And I was trying to figure it out. I'm like, that's 382. That was net's like 30 feet high. Dude, that was like a 430 shot right there, you know? And I was thinking, my son, he works out every day. He lifts like he's fucking stacked. I was like, and he used to hit the fuck out of the ball. And I was going, I gotta imagine him right now, dude. I want to go to the batting cages and see him, just see some other shit. He will fucking kill the ball. That's why I'm like, dude, do it for me, just because I want to see it. Do it for me. Do it for Johnny.
Let's do it for Johnny, man. We'll do it for Johnny.
Yeah, it was a bad experience. Fuck shit up. But I just can't stand like those parents that legitimately, I know a couple of them. One of them, like, even before her kid was in high school, started like calling the head coach there to be like be the fucking team mom and shit. And like, just like, and the kid could play, but it was like just really trying to cement the fucking, you know, like I got to get in there before anyone else, and just like talking. I don't know, dude. It's just a trip how aggro or empty some parents' lives is, where they're living vicariously through their kid, and you can see it, and that's blatant and sad, and you're like, calm the fuck down, dude.
I try to hide it a little bit, I'm just like, whenever my son gets a hit, I'm just like, yes! You know, I'm good for him.
No.
Good for him.
Hold on, dude. There's a huge difference in fucking cheering your son on and wanting the best for him then going above and beyond and trying to manipulate situations by paying money and fucking schmoozing up and doing bullshit to reassure that your boy gets into the fucking squad, as opposed to some kid that's just a good kid that balls out and shows up there. But it's like, sorry, we don't have space for him. This kid's dad threw fucking 1,500 at the program this year, and that's their banner in center field. There's no way we can't put him on the team. You know what I mean? Where they're not going to put that kid on the team. Yeah. It's fucking ridiculous. But hey, it's the way it goes, guys. If you have kids in Little League, good luck.
Good luck.
Good luck at them. You know, because that's the thing. You want them to have fun and enjoy it, but you do also want them to, like, that's just it. It's supposed to be fun.
Yeah.
And these people make it to where the kid's freaking out, and then you're acting like an asshole in the stands. He's worried about you now. Like, fuck, dude. No, really. Those parents have no idea how much they stress their kids out, and every kid on the team knows their dad's a prick. You know what I mean? Or their mom's a psychopath. I knew this dude in Little League. His mom had the cops called on her. She was up there. The cops came to Foothill Little League to take this bitch away, dude. She was nuts, dude. And it was over fucking like starting him at pitcher. We were 9-10 years old, dude.
Oh my God.
You imagine that, being that kid? And everyone on the team's like, dude, your mom's fucking nuts, dude.
You better shut up, asshole. I'm standing right here. How do you want to handle it? I told you to shut up.
Ah, Jesus, not again.
Yeah, so dude, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's a huge difference in being a fan and a coach of your son and being a psychotic parent. Mm-hmm. Like the ones that sit in the stands and like climb the fences, screaming at the umps or telling the coach to going over to the dugout and giving him shit, taking their kid out of the game over some nonsense. You know, the one coaches trying to fist fight over the league championship when these kids are 13. Like, it's insane. I sound psycho, but I didn't do anything. I'm just expressing inside, telling you guys now the truth too, though, dude. Like, fuck that. Yeah, it's total bullshit. But you're like more scared of being that parent that we're talking about now, because it's stupid, but at the same time, dude, a lot of kids get fucking hosed. I guess that's life, you know? So find another route, you know, like I was like, dude, you want to play ball again? Try it at VC. They don't cut you. You cut yourself there. If you're balling and you're sticking with it, you're on the team. Like, if you suck, eventually be, hey, bro, like, you're not going to play. But, you know, people pretty much fall off in that. And that's like, stick with it. You'll start hitting 500-foot shots and you'll be like, holy shit. I just mentioned parents climbing the fences trying to fight umpires and shit. What do you guys think about fans? When fans at major league or minor league games, college games even, start talking shit to players, and then the player, what do you think? Do you think the player has the right to go into the stands because they're making millions of dollars and they know they're going to hear shit talking, that they should be able to wear it? Like, if you get physical, yeah, you should get your ass beat. But if you're talking shit, hey, you suck, you're a loser, you're a bitch, or whatever.
You should be able to deal with that. You get paid for that money.
Right?
Yeah,
I think you should be, the money you pay for a ticket, you want to voice some pissed off opinion at a player, and you're not being like violent or threatening or like saying something super inappropriate. You're just calling them a bitch, or bitch. Yeah. Like, you suck, or like you're not worth shit, blah blah blah. You should be able to wear that as a player, dude. You know, I get when fans try and get physical or throw beer on you or something. Yeah, you should get smacked for that. You ever had an experience at like a game where were you ever a shit talker?
Not really.
Yeah.
I mean, I went to the Dodger game, the Phillies on Star Wars night, and we had just like some drunk guy a few rows back. He was heckling like he was a master heckler, and it was funny. He was just like the one guy's going like this, you know, like, hey, Sosa, your shoes untied, you know, shit like that. It's funny.
No, right.
But I was never that guy.
Okay, well, when we would go in our like early 20s, late teens, and we'd be drunk and we would be by the bullpen, like reciting fucking shit from like back to school and like Rodney Dangerfield type shit to like the bullpen coach, but getting totally inappropriate. Like, I was going, dude, we're a fucking idiot. I remember my friends, like, the pitching coach's last name was Suba, like S-U-B-A, and I remember he was right there, and he's always like, hey, Suba, I'm wearing your wife's panties and shit like that.
That's
and like,
funny.
Yeah, no, that was funny, but he said something about, like, I remember we were saying, my other friend said something stupid, like, you know, And it was kind of like, hey, dude, shut the fuck up. And then but we were hammering on these guys. But I remember one time we were down on field level by the dugout, and it was batting practice, and it was the Mets and Dodgers. This was in I don't remember. It was back in the day. The Mets had Bobby Bonilla, and he had just signed that big contract with them that he still gets paid $1 million a year from now. Jesus. He had that weird fucking thing. We'll talk about that some other time. Anyway, so he got a lot of money, and he was struggling, and we were watching batting practice, and Bobby was shagging balls, talking to other players in the outfield, and dudes were, I think it was Piazza at the time. No, was he? Yeah, maybe it was. I don't remember. Somebody was launching balls into the stands, and everyone's all ooh, and on and shit. And my friend, who was a Mets fan, goes like, hey, Bobby, why can't you do that? Or something like that. You think you could do that? He turns around, and we're like, oh, shit, you got his attention. And I remember he starts walking over at us, and so what'd you say? I don't even remember exactly what he said, but something along the lines of, can you do that? Why can't you do that? Or something. And Bobby Bonilla starts walking real slowly towards us from right field over the stands. Yeah. We're right at the thing. And that from a distance, we're just like, yeah. And it's friendly, kind of, but not really. Yeah. Because it caught his attention. You could tell he had that shit-eating grin that you could tell it irritated him, but he was also kind of like, what's up?
He's still thinking about comeback.
Yeah, and he starts walking over, and he's like, man, you just all mad because I'm making the money and you ain't, and this and that. And
that's awesome.
No, right. And it was great, and we kind of laughed, and my friend said something. He goes, I think most of us could hit home runs, though, for the money you're making, or some shit like that. Or I don't remember the word for word what it was. All I remember is Bobby Bonilla's little shit-eating grin went to kind of more of a, what's up, man? And starts walking over towards us, dude. And he gets within 15, 20 feet. And I'm going, dude, he's a big motherfucker. Bobby Bonilla is huge. He's getting closer and closer. And you can tell he's kind of irritated. All I remember was that my one friend looked at my other friend standing right next to him and nudged him, hit him on the arm, like this. And my friend, almost you could see his Adam's apple gulp, like Shaggy and Scooby-Doo. He's like, ooh. And I remember feeling inside hey, dude, I didn't say shit. I was all pointing at my friend. I'm all, this motherfucker, in Dumb and Dumber, when he hits him with the salt shaker, and he's all. That's what I was looking at Bobby Bonilla hey, wasn't me, motherfucker. This guy, Yeah, dude, he came walking over. He was kind of pissed, dude. I think it was not so much us as it was everyone talking shit and all the media. Bobby's struggling with this big contract, blah, blah, blah.
That's funny.
And he came up. But, dude, you know what you don't realize about major leaguers? If you're ever down close to him, we were down by Yasiel Puig. Guy's 6'3", 240 or something like that. Those dudes are fucking big. Clayton Kershaw, I didn't even realize watching the bullpen. Well, God, he's a big dude. He's a big human being. You know who was really surprisingly big? Do you remember Hideo Nomo?
Yeah.
6'3", 230.
That's big.
Hyun-Jin Ryu? He's also a 6'3", 250.
I mean, it's big for the
that's fucking big. I give a fuck. That's a big human being, dude. 6'3", 230. That's a big boy, dude. Yeah. I don't get. And that was Nomo. They said Hideo Nomo's great. He'd walk in the locker room. He'd be sitting there with a fucking styrofoam cup of coffee, in his undershorts, in a t-shirt, sucking on a heater, getting a massage. Full Japanese culture, dude. Just sucking on heaters in the fucking clubhouse, getting rub downs before the game, go out and throw 8 innings, fucking 100 and fucking 20 pitches. What I'm saying is those major leaguers are a lot bigger than you think. Yeah, they're not the NFL or NBA tall, but when they get up to you, a lot of them, you're like, Jesus, dude. You saw that guy in the street, you would not fuck with him. You'd be like, no, that guy will fuck me up. He's big, Yeah. And a lot of them, do you see that shit recently? Anthony Rendon, he was on the Angels. He's a fucking, I don't like Rendon at all. I think I don't like him. He was a good player. He's all fucked up now. Anyway, some A's fan called him a bitch or something, and Rendon fucking grabs him, pulls him in, and kind of swipes at him and tells him what? Do you have it?
Yeah, I got it.
Let's check it out. What do you think of this shit? Is this cool or no?
What did you say? Yeah, you called me a bitch, huh? Yeah, you did. Yeah, motherfucker.
Damn.
Calm down.
Yeah, Anthony was.
That's not cool.
Nah, dude, I'd be like, you know what? Not that you ever think in the moment. All the social media warriors were on there going, "Dog, you did that wrong, bro. You should have let him hit you." Like, and I was like, because I said, I was all, that him grabbing him, that's assault right there.
Yeah.
He should have fucking popped Rendon. What's Rendon going to do? He's got all his teammates to grab. Like, you could have fucking leveled him, dude, broke his nose, and you would have got money. Fuck Anthony Rendon, dude. You could have easily, like, that guy was a harmless guy, shit talker. You could tell he's scared.
Yeah.
But I have friends that would have fucking blasted Rendon in the face, dude. Like, you know,
Absolutely.
right when he grabbed him. And I'm going like, yeah, that would have been the move. But no, honestly, for the money to get paid, take the shit talking.
Absolutely.
You're struggling. You're getting millions. You haven't done shit. And I know you're frustrated and he's just some average Joe. But that average Joe just paid fucking like $100 to sit that close to the field to watch you fucking donkey dicks do your shit. He can say what he wants. As long as he's not saying shit about your kids or your family or being super inappropriate, he's telling you, you blow, dude. You're a bitch. As a superstar, when you sign into that contract, you should be ready to wear it sometimes.
Absolutely.
You know, there's times, yeah, they throw a beer on you, fucking slug him. I get that. But like, you know, words, come on,
It's
dude.
the same thing for any kind of influencer out there. You know, they get comments and you have to take
You
it.
put
You gotta
yourself
eat it.
out there, dude, and you're
Right.
getting paid. That's kind of comes with the territory.
Exactly.
You know, I don't know. I think that's our time for this week on Screwballs. Thanks for joining us. Really hope you enjoyed the babble this week. We're going to continue it next week. So, you know what I love? I love when you guys love when managers lose their fucking shit on umpires. You're able to hear it. It's some of the best shit ever. Coaches, managers. Anyways, if you guys are familiar, you're old baseball fans, Earl Weaver was one of the best.
He's awesome.
He's fucking great, but he loses his fucking mind. You're here for one reason, and that's to fuck us. So we're going to take you out with Earl Weaver blowing up on an up. Have a great week, and we'll see you soon. Have a good one.
Behind the rubber. Oh, bullshit. Bullshit yourself. You're here, and this crew is here just to fuck us. Yeah. Boom. That's good. That's great. And you shut it. You shit. She's been great to get me out. Earl, you run yourself, Earl. You run yourself. You hit me? Yeah, because you put your finger on me. I'm glad you hit me. That's right. You're here for one goddamn specific reason. What's that, Earl? To fuck us. Oh, you're full of shit. Fuck you. Goddamn years and years. And don't you ever